Good people in our city are outraged that in one of the richest countries in the world, people are having to sleep rough on the streets or out here in tents. In this series, we've been looking at the scale of the problem and how people are trying to make a difference on the ground.
We've been speaking to homeless people, experts, young people, and we think we have got a plan.
In Parliament, we'll campaign against draconian benefit sanctions. We'll ask for the funding to properly implement the Housing Reduction Act and create a big social fund. We'll campaign to lift the borrowing cap on council borrowing so that we can start building council houses again, and we'll campaign against the cuts to public health. Above all, we'll campaign against every policy that puts vulnerable adults at risk.
The Tory Metro Mayor of the West Midlands has to step up to the plate in tackling homelessness. That's why Labour in Birmingham is setting out its demands for action.
We'll be calling on Andy Street to make some changes. We want him to start standing up to Whitehall by demanding that the government scraps draconian benefit sanctions. We'll press him to prevent homelessness in the first place by opposing vicious government cuts and the appalling bedroom tax. We'll demand that he backs our call for real, genuinely affordable housing. We'll press him to insist that all of his portfolios prioritise homelessness reduction through policy and strategy. And finally, we want him to support our plans for modular new build housing that can provide the essential extra housing that Birmingham needs.
We think the council could do big things to make a difference. Ensure no one needs to sleep rough on the streets, with sufficient bed spaces in shelters for everyone who needs one. Work with partners to prevent people falling into homelessness in the first place, or help get them back into safe and secure housing as quickly as possible. End the use of unsuitable, unsafe and insanitary properties for temporary accommodation, and that includes bed and breakfasts. Introduce a Charter of Rights for every citizen facing problems with homelessness. Increase practical and financial support for homelessness prevention services through corporate social responsibility. And finally, ensure that victims of domestic violence are rapidly rehoused to safe, decent and permanent homes.
We're doing all we can to make a difference, but this is going to be a team effort to make change happen. And you can help by sharing this video and making sure that everyone gets to hear about this campaign.